Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings Podcast. Join me today as we discover the Washington Peace Conference of 1861, a poignant attempt to prevent the Civil War through dialogue and compromise. We'll explore the intense debates, key figures, and the lasting impact of this critical moment in American history on our ancestors. The year was 1861, and the United States was teetering on the brink of a civil war. Amidst rising tensions and growing sectional divides, a last-ditch effort for peace was made through the Washington Peace Conference. This gathering of delegates from various states, convened in the nation's capital, represented a poignant moment in American history where the hope for reconciliation and unity flickered briefly before being extinguished by the fires of conflict. The roots of the Washington Peace Conference lay deep within the fractious political climate of the late 1850s and early 1860s. The election of Abraham Lincoln in November 1860 had been a tipping point. Lincoln's victory, representing the anti-slavery Republican Party, alarmed the Southern states, which viewed his presidency as a direct threat to the institution of slavery and their way of life. The Southern states began to secede from the Union, with South Carolina leading the way in December 1860, followed by several others. As secession fever swept through the South, there was a clamor for compromise and dialogue from various quarters in the North. Many believed that the Union could still be preserved through negotiation and concession. It was in this atmosphere of desperation and hope that the Washington Peace Conference was conceived. On February 4, 1861, delegates from 21 states gathered at the Willard Hotel in Washington, D.C. The conference was initiated by Virginia, one of the border states caught between North and South, hoping to mediate a peaceful resolution. Former President John Tyler, himself a Virginian, was chosen to preside over the conference. The delegates represented a wide spectrum of political views and included prominent figures such as Salmon P. Chase of Ohio, a future Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and David Dudley Field of New York, a leading legal reformer. Their mission was to propose amendments to the Constitution that would address the grievances of the Southern states and provide a framework for reconciliation. The key proposals discussed during the conference revolved around the contentious issue of slavery. Several amendments were proposed, the most notable being an extension of the Missouri Compromise Line, latitude 36°30, to the Pacific Ocean, which would allow slavery in all territories south of this line. Another significant proposal was a constitutional amendment that would protect slavery in states where it already existed, effectively making it immune to federal interference. The debates were intense and often heated. Northern delegates were generally opposed to any extension of slavery, while Southern representatives were insistent on their right to expand the institution into new territories. Despite the earnest efforts of many participants, there was a deep-seated mistrust and fundamental disagreement that proved insurmountable. After nearly 3 weeks of deliberation, the Washington Peace Conference concluded on February 27, 1861. The final recommendations included a series of proposed constitutional amendments aimed at appeasing the South. These recommendations were submitted to Congress, but they had little impact. The proposals were largely ignored, overshadowed by the rapidly escalating crisis. The conference's failure underscored the deep divisions within the country. While it was a noble attempt at preserving the Union through dialogue and compromise, the intractable nature of the conflict over slavery and states' rights meant that peaceful resolution was unattainable. The Washington Peace Conference is often remembered as a poignant, if futile, effort to stave off civil war. It represents a critical moment where Americans from different regions and political backgrounds came together in a genuine, though ultimately unsuccessful, attempt to bridge their differences. From a genealogical perspective, the conference is significant because it involved individuals who played pivotal roles in their communities and states. Their participation in this event reflected the broader sentiments and struggles of the era. For those researching family histories from this period, Understanding the Washington Peace Conference provides valuable context about the political and social climate that influenced the lives of their ancestors. One of the compelling aspects of genealogical research is uncovering the personal stories behind historical events. Among the delegates were men whose lives and decisions impacted future generations. For instance, John Tyler, who presided over the conference, had a family legacy intertwined with the nation's history. His grandsons would later reflect on his efforts as both a testament to his dedication to the Union and a symbol of the complexities of loyalty and division within American families. Salmon P. Chase, another delegate, left a legacy not only through his political and judicial career, but also through his descendants who would continue to shape American society. Tracing the lineage and contributions of these individuals offers a rich tapestry of personal and national history. Though the Washington Peace Conference did not achieve its goal of preventing civil war, it remains a significant chapter in American history. It serves as a reminder of the profound challenges of achieving compromise in the face of deeply held convictions and conflicting interests. For genealogists, the conference provides a snapshot of the nation at a critical juncture, revealing the complexities and human dimensions of historical events. In the end, the failure of the Washington Peace Conference underscored the inevitability of the Civil War, a conflict that would reshape the nation and profoundly impact the lives of countless families. As we delve into our genealogical past, understanding such events helps us appreciate the struggles and aspirations of our ancestors who lived through times of great uncertainty and change. By exploring the Washington Peace Conference, we gain insights into the efforts made to preserve the Union and the reasons those efforts ultimately fell short. It is a story of hope, conflict, and the enduring quest for peace, a narrative that resonates through the annals of American history and our own family stories. Thanks for listening and subscribing to the Ancestral Findings podcast. Check out ancestralfindings.com and download a free genealogy ebook and sign up for the weekly historical postcard giveaway. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy searching.